Angela, her older sister Diana, and their mom Debbie. Now, Angela goes to raves on most of the weekends and sometimes even goes to other states to rave. It was her sister Diana who took her to her very first rave. And also with us today is Donna Simons, who's here with her daughter Cassie. Now, Donna feels that raves have hooked her teen daughter into the drug scene. Let's just explain what it is, Angela. What happens and why do you go?
A rave is just various people, ages, looks, go to dance, have a good time, hang out.
And you hang out all night long. What time do you usually come home?
8 or 9, depending how
8 or
long.
9 in the morning. Cassie, is that what you do?
Sometimes later, depending on where you go afterwards.
But you're 16, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
Mom, is this okay with you?
She's been doing it since she was 13.
And is it all right with you?
No, it's not all right with me.
What
happens to be all right with some parents.
Well, Debbie, what about you?
I've let Angela go for several years. It started with a 3 o'clock curfew, then 4 o'clock, then 5 o'clock. Then I just let her come when she wants.
3 a.m. curfew, though, is pretty liberal for a 16-year-old. And even younger she was at the time.
Yes.
She always knew I was and who I was with. It's not like she just let me go and
But
do
does
what
she
I
know
want.
does she know what really goes on there?
Yeah, she knows. She doesn't care what other people do. It's about what I do.
Diana, you don't go anymore. Tell us why you stopped going to raves.
It was becoming like a habit.
Did you ever have a bad experience at a rave?
Yes, I did. I admit I tried drugs, and there were times where, you know, it would really bug you out. I mean, drugs are not good, obviously, you know, but when your friends are there and everyone does it,
That's why you
it's
have
just like,
something called self-control. That's the whole thing.
You don't do drugs at the rave?
It's like it's like a person like smoking a cigarette or taking a drink for their first time, you know. It's everyone tries something.
You say self-control, but there are a lot of people at the raves who, correct me if I'm wrong, go there to kind of lose control.
Not in the drug sort of way. You don't have to lose control with drugs.
You don't get involved with the drug scene at all?
You don't have to. I mean, just going there is like a natural high. You dance, you feel the music, and that's what gives you your high. You don't need a drug to be high.
Your mom doesn't buy it, though.
Not for 1 minute.
How can you even stay up that long without a drug? How can you possibly dance for 16 hours straight?
It's the music. You know, it's the energy there. If you go to a rave, I mean, you would understand.
Donna, do you think your daughter's misrepresenting what happened?
She's completely misrepresenting it. I've even overheard her phone conversations, and it started out when she was 13. I'd find little notes in her pockets of her pants, and all they did was talk about this drug, ecstasy. And then, even now, as recently as last night, I overheard a phone conversation where I believe she was high at the party that they took the tape.
I was not high at the party
this weekend.
No, I was not.
If you know your mom doesn't want you to go, and she doesn't, why do you have to do it?
You don't have to do anything. I mean, I don't have to do it.
But if she's worried about you and doesn't want you to, and you're 16 and she's in charge of keeping you safe, that's her job as your parent, why do you do it when she doesn't want you to?
Because I want to go and have fun. And she can't stop me from having fun.
But you said if it's not about the drugs, can't you have fun in some other way?
Yeah, but I like hearing the music. You can't, you know, go inside someone's house and blast techno music. You know, that's not going to happen. Yeah. You got to go somewhere to hear the music and dance and be with all of your friends.
It's a challenge to find these things. We're going to talk about that, and later on we're also going to meet a mom who says, you know what, this is what the world needs more of, and she goes to raves herself. Stay close, we'll be right back.
Well, if my check is $100, I get back 20. If my check is $300, I get back 60. If it's $600, I get back $120.
Introducing a special invitation from Dining a la Carte, a 2-month trial membership for free.
We have dinner, just like always, add on my tip and everything else and hand in my Visa card. At the end of the month, we see a check. It says whatever restaurant and Tarantino's, and we've got our 20% back off from the bill.
Dining a la carte works with your credit cards. There are no embarrassing coupons and never any restaurant blackout periods.
I love the amount of money that I've saved with dining a la carte. I've saved well over $1,000. I've recommended it to friends because it has worked so well for me. I like especially the part that no one knows that you're using it.
Just dine at participating restaurants. In about 30 days, you'll receive a statement listing the restaurants you dined at with a rebate check that equals 20% of your total restaurant charges, including tax and tips.
One thing that I liked about the program was just that it's so easy. I mean, you use your card like you would if you had nothing going on, no coupons or anything, and you get a check in the mail, you know, a couple weeks later. It's just so simple. It's the way to go.
As an attorney, I'm frequently in a position of entertaining clients, and using dining a la carte permits me to do so more often and gives me a great selection of restaurants to choose from.
Dining a la carte is a good thing for people who like to go out for dinners and like to save money.
And here's your special invitation. Call right now for a free 2-month trial membership. Then dine at thousands of restaurants and get 20% rebate checks mailed to your home. So call the number on your screen now.
Dining a la carte is earning extra money.
Just for eating out.
We're talking about raves today, and we got a bunch of kids that were at the rave that our producers went to last weekend. Now, does everybody at a rave dance like this with the platforms and the boas and the whole thing?
Not everyone, just the privileged ones.
Oh, really?
Like, I have a comment, though. Like, I don't know, like, exactly what you've done at raves, but, like, I've never seen anyone having sex at a rave on the dance floor and stuff.
Either
Like,
have I.
Try New York City. New York City,
There is.
Well, the rave that we went to, it was here in Los Angeles last weekend, was very secretive. You have to, it's like a scavenger hunt to even find out. Now, here's where it went with us. The first thing you do is you get one of these flyers, and this one is very psychedelic, mainly at small record stores. And from this, you get a phone number, which is activated the night of the party, telling you where to get tickets.
Hey kids, time for Make Buzz 1. Here's what you need to do. Join the group. Go west past the Coliseum, Franklin, turn right to see a vacant lot. We'll be in the blue van. That's where you purchase the magic tickets. We'll be supplying the juice. Come in peace or don't come at all.
Now, what you do when you get your ticket, usually in some parking lot, you finally head out to the party, which is most likely a pretty far location from that. And on this particular direction sheet that was with the invitation, it tells you how to get there, and then at the end it says tanks will not be permitted at all. Now, I'm assuming they don't mean tank tops. What does this mean, tanks or what?
Nitrous tanks. Not.
Yeah? And that's just something people used to get high at the raves?
Mm.
So, but there's everything else available. Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Like,
yeah, it's available. I mean, you just, yeah, it's your choice. Raves aren't just about drugs. That's not the scene. The scene's about coming together and meeting people. You don't have to do drugs. I mean, drugs are out there at the schoolyard. Drugs are out there everywhere else, you know? I mean, there's really nothing.
Joining us on the stage now is a mom. She's 40-something, and you, how many kids?
One child, 18 years old.
And you consider yourself to be one of these kids?
Absolutely. So, like my family. I mean, there's probably 6 or 8 people in this audience that I know previously, but
now, why do you go?
Sense of community. Because raving is about being happy. What raves are about is a place where, and a lot of parents I know, your kids don't have a lot of places to go where they can really be happy.
They're on drugs. Of course they're happy.
No, you have... Come on, now give her a chance. You know, we all have our opinions. Raves are a place where you go, number one, it's about the music. There are different subcategories of music, but it's techno music, it's electronic music, it's loud, it's a driving beat. If you belong with that music, you know when you first start to go there.
So you belong, but your daughter doesn't. She doesn't go to raves.
She doesn't like the music. She thinks that parties are claustrophobic.
Does she care that you go?
Does she care that I go?
Yeah.
She's totally fine that I go. She's gone to some parties with me.
But now you're an adult and you've had more experience and you've had more opportunities to exercise your self-control, and you say it's not about the drugs, and you may be right. But the reality is our production team got offered everything in the book, and roofies for $5. It's not like you got to have a big bankroll to go there and get whatever you want.
And in San Francisco, I've never heard of roofies being sold ever anywhere.
So if you're 13, 14, 15 years old, as much as you may not want to do drugs, I mean, peer pressure is a really strong thing. And if you go to a rave because you want to fit in, wouldn't a drug make you fit in more? And wouldn't you feel like, well, I'm here?
No.
Help me out, guys.
Not at all. A drug doesn't make you fit in at all. You know, it's the people that you hang out with. It's where you go that makes you, you know.
Have you not done any of the drugs?
I have done drugs before in my past. I don't do them now because I feel I don't need to do them. But, you know, when I first started going, yeah, I've tried them. You know, I'm not saying that I have.
She was 13 when she
See, one thing parents need to understand, though, is their kids go to school and people offer them drugs in the hall.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
you can't find a place where your children are safe from that.
But I understand, and I understand what you're saying. But if you're 16 years old, because we'll use the examples that we have here, staying out all night. Now, Deborah said she just feels like you trust your daughter and you can't do anything to change it anyway, right?
Well, I'm sure I could change it if I wanted to. We have a very close relationship, and she respects what I say, and I respect what she says. If I asked her not to go on a certain night or whatever, I mean, I would never stop her from going. I don't know, would you stop if I asked you to stop?
Yeah.
She would.
You would stop if Mom said don't, but Cassie, your mom doesn't want you to do it.
I'll still go.
See, that's where something else comes in. Like, there has to be something wrong with your relationship, because if she told me to stop, I would stop.
You've said you've tried everything. You've tried to screw down the screens.
I've screwed the window itself shut.
She sent me away to a different state.
I've sent her away to my sister's.
She's worried about you.
I went to Rave in a different state. She can't stop me from going.
How can it be legal to provide an environment where when they take the drugs, they enjoy it? That's all this is an environment where you can enjoy the drugs.
No, it's not.
But I think that's not what it is. So you're not hearing that that's not
But Cassie, you can see that your mom is, you know she's worried about you, you know she loves you.
That's, I mean, I don't do drugs. If I was going to do drugs, I would do it at home.
Do you believe her, Mom?
What?
Donna, do you believe her?
No, I don't believe her.
It's pretty scary for you, isn't it, Donna?
It's very scary because in the beginning, when she would go to the raves, I don't know who's driving. It's a 16-year-old that I don't know, and they're most likely on drugs, driving on drugs with my daughter in the car to an undisclosed location that I can't find because, as you saw, it's very difficult to find the location.
I mean, I understand that. You're a minor.
I have no idea where she is.
Who's out, and you don't know, I mean, and you can't even tell her where you're going. I mean, Leslie, doesn't that...
Well,
doesn't that...
Sometimes I wonder, why don't you know where she's going? I went to a party last week in San Francisco, and I was there early to help set up. Before the music started, the decorations were all up. It was such a beautiful party, and there were probably about 30 of us there. And a girl comes in, young girl, she was probably 15 or 16. She was adorable. And she came in with her dad, and she showed him all around. She was showing how they decorated, and she showed him the chill space with couches and stuff for people to go relax. And came back up, and he gave her a hug, and he left. And the people, the kids that were there said, "Is that your dad?" And she said, "Yeah." And they said, "That is so rad. I wish my dad would come in and see where it is I go."
That's a nice relationship.
Okay, I just want to clear up one thing. A rave is not a place for people to go and get drugs and to do drugs. A rave is like together people from all colors, all styles, everything. That's one thing that they can come together and agree with. The music is what holds the rave together. It's the love that we share with, I mean, look, I look different from a lot of, she looks different, she looks different. We all come together for one thing, and that's to have fun, and that's to love.
We're going to take a break. When we come back in a couple of minutes, we're going to meet a mom who lost her daughter to raves. We'll hear more about that in just a minute, so please stay close. Thank you.
Obsessed with winning it all, they lost it all. Their homes, their friends, their families.
It started out with bingo.
God hates me for what I do.
I should be able to control it.
Women addicted to gambling.
You write hot checks,
You beg, you borrow, you lie to get that dollar. Advice from someone who's been there.
1982 was my last bet, so it'll be 14 years that I've spent.
You need to seek help. Next, Leeza.
Some of the world's best-tasting water can be found at your house. The Brita water filtration pitcher transforms tap water. The special Brita filter reduces chlorine taste and odor, eliminates 93% of lead. You can search far and wide, or as far as your kitchen. Brita, tap into great taste. Available at Target.
Nothing beats the O-Cedar Twist and Mop.
O-Cedar?
It's twice as absorbent as a sponge mop.
Tell me more.
And it's specially designed to wring out with just a twist, so your hands stay dry.
Great.
The O-Cedar Twist and Mop. A smarter, easier, better way to mop.
O-Cedar makes your life easier.
Wonderful.
And for quick cleanups on smaller jobs, try the O-Cedar Light and Thirsty Twist and Mop.
Being married to a dentist, we're always getting free samples of toothpaste. But what do? I buy Mentadent.
Mentadent has all 3 ingredients dentists recommend most for the care of teeth and gums.
Fluoride, baking soda, and peroxide. These are the ingredients my husband recommends. On your toothbrush, into your mouth. As you're brushing, you can feel bubbles everywhere. Hundreds of bubbles all over your mouth, giving you a fresh, clean feeling. Mentadent's accepted by the American Dental Association. My husband would never recommend a product that wasn't.
More Balmex. Do you guys know something I don't?
Yes. Balmex really clears up diaper rash. And Balmex wipes off easily.
Without irritating baby's skin. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Balmex clears up diaper rash, wipes off easily.
Be warned, you may experience positive side effects with the new Cross Your Heart. Its unique side shaping supports you from here to here for a natural look under clothes. Playtex Cross Your Heart.
Tonight, an all-new Foxworthy. It's a night of romance.
You want to kill 20 minutes?
Yeah, I could kill 20 minutes.
Kids, get in the car. We're going to Dairy Queen.
Then, an all-new Mr. Rhodes. A student has a crush on Tom.
You're wearing lipstick.
Yes, many women do.
Not on her teeth.
All-new NBC tonight.
She thought she'd found a perfect man, but she didn't know he'd killed before.
He's got my daughter.
90210's Tori Spelling. Mother, may I sleep with danger? NBC tonight.
The first time I went to a rave was in '91, and there was a gigantic rave called Insomniacs. It was fat. I just walked in, music was hitting so hard, my chest hurt when I left. And just, oh, I've never seen so many people just getting down.
Talking about all-night team dance parties called raves, and these people back here are asking some good questions about why you think people really go.
Well, I've known a lot of people that have gone to raves, and a lot of them that have ran raves. And it seems to me like the reason why there's all those psychedelic colors and the smokes, and I've also done drugs just like everybody else have, but I haven't gone there to sit there and do like 8 hours worth of dancing just to go there and dance and to be loved. It doesn't seem.
You're saying they're really going why?
To have a good time, but to do it while they're doing drugs.
You don't have to do drugs to have fun. Yes, sir.
I have a question for Cassie. Do you have any respect for your parents?
Yeah, I do. I respect my mother.
Well, when she asks you not to go to these parties, why do you still go?
I mean,
I think it's a real fair question.
You know, I go to have fun. You know, if she doesn't want me to go, I won't go sometimes. But, you know.
But it really hurts her.
I'll go just to have fun, you know. If
Are you going to get back at her for something, or because you want her to be hurt?
No, I'm going because I want to have fun. I want to hang out with my friends.
It's kind of a selfish
it's
point
like
of
once
view,
a
isn't
week.
it?
The kids really need someplace to go.
Well, let's say that your mom did say that
getting back at me.
I'm sorry, Donna.
Leeza, I don't think she's trying to get back at me. I think she just wants to belong to a group of some people. You know, like you said, you thought it was like a cult or something. I think children sometimes feel the need to belong to something. And because these things promote themselves as being love fests that the children are very attracted to it.
Well, let's say that you had told her she could go, like Debbie told her daughter she could go, and like Ann told her daughter initially that she could go. This is Ann Lunny. Her daughter got to the point where she felt so addicted to raves that she said they were like her family. Do you feel it was like a cult?
I think it's very cult-like. They seem to be very drawn to the DJs that play the music. This seems to be the catalyst for it, is the music. And the more time they spend at raves, the more they want to go. And they start to feel as if that's their real life, and that everything else that goes on outside of that is not their life.
Her daughter now is at a facility that's a medical facility. And we're going to talk to her. She's in a residential treatment center in North Carolina. We're going to talk to her by phone in just a minute. But you said that the first time she wanted to go, you had this communication and you said, fine. Under what circumstances?
Well, I hadn't known at the time that she'd been going to raves without my knowledge. And she first told me about a rave she wanted to go to. She was not allowed. And then I gave in and I said, okay, you can go. I'm going to let you go. I'll even buy the tickets for you and another person who was older and who I thought I could trust. And I thought everything had gone well. And so I was opening up to the idea because I really believed that there weren't drugs involved, and I really believed that it was just for the dancing and for the music.
And you were trusting your daughter.
And I trusted her, and I know she wants to be trusted. It's very important to her. And, but unfortunately, the atmosphere is detrimental to kids that are vulnerable, and it's a vulnerable age.
How's Amanda doing?
I think she's doing great. She accepts everything that's happened, and she's starting to open up, and she herself will admit that there's a connection between how she feels about herself inside and what she's getting out of raves that's kind of filling that space.
Amanda, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to think about that, and you can tell me in your own words how you're doing and how you feel about the raves and what they were to you when we come back, okay?
Okay.
Stand by. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. And also later on, a 22-year-old guy who knows what it's like to sell drugs at raves. He also knows what it's like to see one of his friends die from a heroin overdose. We'll be right back with you.
Some extraordinary things take place in this ordinary town. Like Arlene, reaching for her cat. Or Otis, stretching for that air filter. They're extraordinary because all these people have arthritis pain. And they all use ultra-strength Ben Gay. They use it because today it's the only leading brand with 3 pain relievers for deep eating relief that helps them do extraordinary things. Turn up the heat on arthritis with ultra-strength Ben Gay.
Which of these multivitamins has all the antioxidants, no added sugar or lactose, and is sodium-free? It's not One-A-Day, Theragram, or Centrum. It's Geritol Complete.
Geritol?
Only Geritol Complete has 30 vitamins and minerals with all its vitamins A, C, and E in pure antioxidant form. And it's sodium-free with no added sugar or lactose.
I just didn't figure it would be that up to date.
Geritol Complete. Complete for what's in it, special for what's not.
I'd take it.
Finally, she thought. Kids off at school, husband at work, chores done. All the chores done. Finally, a moment of complete and total freedom. Just her and the dog. Where is that dog, anyway? Sir, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
People who like Freedent because it won't stick to most dental work love Freedent because it's soft to chew and deliciously long-lasting, too. That's why they stick with the gum that won't. Non-stick Freedent, the perfect gum for almost perfect teeth.
Does your bra have a time limit? Introducing 18-hour satin and lace with cushioned comfort straps. It's full support that's endlessly comfortable. 18-hour.
Lingerie for real life.
Why take your car in for repairs when it might be something you can do yourself? Monday at 4, call in for expert auto advice. Plus, the chef from renowned Moose's restaurant cooks up a fast and tasty vegetarian couscous. Monday at 4 on First 4 News.
On the next Access Hollywood, Matthew Broderick's mom writes his love scenes.
He's got to get to go to bed with her.
Mom! Donnie Wahlberg's new flick leaves a ringing in his nose, and Daisy Fuente's hot new pics.
I wish you could see these.
You will on Access Hollywood.
Monday at 4:30 on Channel 4.
And I'll remember
96.5 KOIT.
Have I told you lately that I love
Listen while you work.
you? Here we are, face to
Music that makes you feel good.
middle of the night. I go walking in my sleep.
96.5 KOIT. Light rock, less talk. Listen.
Is your mom ready to get married, but her boyfriend is hemming and hawing and hasn't actually made it around to proposing? Would you like to join forces with me and kind of speed the process along? We're pretty good at this stuff, and if you want us to help you surprise your mom, give us a call or fax us your story. We're on the case. There are raves going on all over the country, and from what we can just tell from our audience today, each city and location seems to kind of have its own personality. So keep in mind that we may be saying, people may be representing a point of view at one rave that may not reflect the rave that you know about, but how the heck are the parents supposed to know that the rave you want to go to is okay? Go ahead.
I just want to comment about the drugs. I think most of you kids are lying about it, only because you're trying to hide it from your parents. Like, for instance, just now, when I just said drugs, Cassie just looked down. Every time someone has mentioned drugs to you, Cassie, you have looked over to some girl over there, and you have just, it just seems like you're just trying to hide it.
What about that?
I don't know how it is on the West Coast, but I know on the East Coast, it's not a place of being happy. I mean, her bag was stolen, like, I don't know how many times, her money right out of her back pocket. I mean, if that's love, then you got the wrong definition, obviously, of it, because it's not.
Yeah.
I had a comment for Donna. I just wanted to say, if you can't control your daughter, I think you should talk to her more, communicate with her. That way, maybe she could come to you and tell you where she's going at night, what she's doing. It might be easier for her to come to you, and that way you won't have to screw the window shut, you know.
Have you ever put her, had her drug tested?
Yeah, I've had her drug tested twice, and both times she passed. She drank a lot of water. She drank a lot of water.
Now,
And
somebody
my
out here
answer
yelled
to
out,
that-
fooled ya. Is there a pretty easy way to fake a drug test?
Yeah, I mean, there is a way.
There's stuff that you can put in, like, Eliminator, that you can buy at maybe...
All right, whatever. But point being, did you pull something over on your mom?
The first time, I was smoking pot, and it was like, so, okay, you're going to take a drug test. And I'm like, oh, no. So I went to a head shop, I admit, and I did take this drink. I didn't think it was going to work, but, you know, it did.
To dilute the sample?
I don't know what it did. I just...
To hide the trace. Now, go ahead, I'm sorry.
But the second time she gave me the drug test, I was, you know, that disturbed me because I wasn't doing drugs.
Does she have a reason not to trust you?
I don't feel any reason that she's not. I mean, if she asked me something, like, are you doing this, are you doing that, I'm not going to lie to her. But she knows.
You have to climb out of a window at 1 o'clock in the morning and stuff your bed with a fake man or something.
I wouldn't have to.
Okay, then
I think for the
you started it. You're the one that started going to the parties.
And you trusted that your daughter was going to be fine. Now, it was the second rave where she went missing in action?
She actually was what was considered the last big rave of the summer, and it was going to be in another city in our state that was about an hour and a half away. And I was glad that she asked me if she could go for once instead of just going on her own. And I told her she could not go. And when I came home from work, she was gone, and she was missing for 10 days.
I'm real interested in her point of view because here's the situation. Cassie hasn't been there. Diana chose not to go. Cassie's still at that borderline who could end up just like your daughter in a facility somewhere. You know, her mom's
I think for her second test, she shouldn't have been so paranoid and been like, okay, Mom, I'll do it. You know I'm not doing it, so I'll be more than happy to go, and not be like, Mom, I'm not doing drugs, and be so frustrated and not, you know, it'd make more sense if you're not on drugs.
All right, let me get to the phone call and also talk to the guy who knows what it's like. He was there on the scene. He sold drugs himself, and he's seen a lot of rough stuff go down at these parties. We'll be right back.
sprints ahead with Formula 409 running hard in second. Down the stretch, neck and neck at the wire, and the winner is New Windex Snowdrift. We've got the competition on the run.
Fastest man in football in action.
Okay, Rocket, show us how easy it is to dial 1-800-COLLECT.
I just did it.
Did what?
Dialed 1-800-COLLECT.
You did?
Can we go to replay? 1-800-COLLECT. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe.
This is your chocolate zone. Indulge it, because now there's sweet escapes. Real Hershey's chocolate with less fat. Sweet escapes. New from Hershey.
This bag, it's so hard to close. Stay.
There's the hard way or the hefty way. Hefty Scent Sack bags. They take just one hand to close and lift. You choose the hard way or the hefty way.
You know, changing the look of a room can be really confusing, but with Home Depot's Right at Home decor system, creating a spectacular room is a snap. Right at Home helps you find a look that you can then apply to any room, from kitchens to bathrooms, flooring to fixtures, even wall coverings to window treatments. Now you can coordinate everything right at home, only at the Home Depot, where their low prices really are just the beginning.
Fall. The air is crisp. The leaves are turning color.
But who cares? It's the Macy's store-wide fall sale. Camel is back. Hey, the military look has gone AWOL. Outerwear has a certain animal magnetism. Row! And what's the party line, ladies? I'd hardly call it conservative. The Macy's fall sale, and the key word here is sale. Macy's, everything you love about shopping.
We've got the phone call back, and hopefully, Amanda, you can hear us, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi. Thanks very much for talking with us today. Your mom has been explaining how you ended up in this treatment facility. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah? How long have you been there?
About 2 weeks.
Tell me what was going on and what it was that you needed from the raves.
Well, I'm not here because of the raves. I want to get that straight.
So why are you there?
I'm here because of things that had nothing to do with the raves. The raves were a place I could go where there was unity. When I go to, like, every party you go to, you end up seeing the same person, like all the same people, and you get to know these people, and they get to know you. And so, like, even if you don't talk to them outside of the parties, you can still trust them.
Did you take drugs at the raves?
Yeah.
So aren't you really then there because of something that happened to you at the raves?
No. I mean, I've been to plenty of parties sober. I've been to plenty of parties just to listen to the DJ and dance.
So, Ann, you know, you said that you thought she had a different perspective now. Does it sound like that?
Not really. I think she's still not quite getting the connection, and I think what most people don't realize is that it's progressive situation. It may start out with every good intention of just going to feel the unity and just going to listen to the music and dance, but once you start taking those first steps and using drugs, it progressively gets more and more important to go to these raves.
Amanda, how long will it be before you get out?
I don't know.
When you get out, will you go back to raves?
Yeah.
Does that upset you, Ann?
It upsets me, particularly because of the trust issue that you brought up earlier. Every parent wants to trust their child. You know, it's not the opposite. You want to trust your child, and you want the best for them. And the trust factor is now gone, where I'm
Leslie,
concerned.
I look at you, and you're a mom. You know, that could be your daughter.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about this whole issue of these parents are talking about controlling their children. I'm sorry, that's not what being a parent is about.
Protecting
But it's about keeping them safe, isn't it?
It's about
helping them learn to make the proper choices in life.
And helping them learn to make their own choices in life, and giving them some trust and support. And it's also about understanding that your kids are not you. What your kids may choose to do, what makes them happy, you may be happy, or, I mean, I don't know, or what your social life is, going to a bingo hall and collecting with your friends and playing bingo. Your kid may want to go, well, I'm not talking about you specifically.
There's curfews, though. These kids are up all night. They're only 13 years old.
There's reasons for this.
It's not some, 4 o'clock in the morning is not some mysterious time. Let me make this very clear.
13, 14, and 15 years old to be out with their parents not knowing where they are.
Well,
there's curfews in this state.
Let me say, too, I don't know how old all the different ravers are who are here in this audience or listening to this show. 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds have no business doing drugs. You're just not really ready.
But do they have business being in an environment where drugs are made available and maybe pushed at them?
You can get drugs at your
Every environment, drugs are available.
Okay, you can find drugs on the streets, you can find them in schools, you can find them anywhere that you possibly look.
What I wanted to make a comment on is that I work in a clothing store, which we do sell tickets for some of the raves and stuff, and I have had several phone calls from parents asking where the location's going to be. Sometimes I don't have that information to give out, but they ask, like, what are the age limits? There really is no age limit, but it's anywhere from 14 years old through anywhere through 30.
Because at 14, are you really mature enough to be able to handle that kind of an environment?
The 14-year-olds that I've met are there. I went to a party one night. I met 2 14-year-old girls who broke my heart. They were both there. One of them was a runaway, and one of them was there without her parents' knowledge. And they both sat and began to talk to me and told me they were from abusive family situations. They had come someplace where they felt a sense of support and acceptance among their peers, which is really what the atmosphere of raving is about, is this unconditional acceptance of who you are that they didn't get at home. If they got that love at home, maybe they wouldn't have needed to be there.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got to go to break right now. Hang tight with us. Give us a couple of minutes. Thank you, guys. Obsessed with winning it all, they lost it all. Women addicted to gambling. You need to seek help. Next, Leeza.
Introducing new Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft, the softest bath tissue you can buy. With 24% more cottony soft fibers than the leading premium brand. It's a difference you can see, or a softness you can feel. So now you can pamper yourself like never before with new, luxurious Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft Bath Tissue. Feel what the softest feels like.
Coast is clear.
Let's do it.
I'm so excited. Snackwell's is now making fudge brownies.
Yeah, me too.
Mmm, this tastes so rich. I can't believe there's only 2 grams of fat.
That's right.
Mmm, so moist and chewy.
Will you please help me out? Those ladies could be here any second.
So rich, you'd swear they were right from the bakery. New Snackwell's brownies and snack bars. Try all 4 varieties.
Thank you, precious.
Hey, do you know what day it is? Here's a hint. It's the 1st of the month. It's Jet Dry Day. Come on, give me some more Jet Dry. I'm running on fumes here. Is 1 bottle a month too much to ask? Oh, you remembered. Sweet nectar. Look at that. Another sparkling, gleaming load. Like it's all been buffed by hand with a soft cloth.
Jet Dry, on the 1st of every month. Your dishwasher was designed for it.
Of all the things you could wish for, if you have osteoporosis, what you'd probably wish for most is stronger bones. Now you can do more than wish.
Ask your doctor or call 1-800-505-WISH.
So how do you tighten your belt without feeling the pinch? Well, hurry into Payless for the buy one, get one half off sale. Buy 1 pair of shoes and get the 2nd pair for half off. Pick from every pair in the store. And at these low prices, buying more means saving more.
Can you believe what's possible these days? The entire internet only a click away? A quicker, simpler internet. All the things you find only on the world's most popular internet online service, now more affordable than ever? It's like living in the future. The future, now available on America Online.
Is your mom ready to get married, but her boyfriend is hemming and hawing and hasn't actually made it around to proposing? Would you like to join forces with me and kind of speed the process along? We're pretty good at this stuff, and if you want us to help you surprise your mom, give us a call or fax us your story. We're on the case. I want to talk to Keith Galante now, who is at this moment not really involved in the rave scene, but when he was going, he says that there were a lot of drugs there. In fact, you could get them from him. What were you selling?
Ecstasy, mainly. I mean, there's a lot of drugs at raves. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, if there's not drugs at raves, then you're going to the wrong ones. Then they're not real raves. I mean, I'm not even used to calling them raves. They're called parties when I first started doing it.
And were there kids there, 12, 13, 14?
Yeah, and to think that I could be involved in something where there's young kids like that destroying their lives.
There were even pregnant girls in the club?
Yeah. I sat next to a pregnant woman. She was about 19, 20 years old, who was smoking weed and doing coke and rolling in a rave.
Amanda, are you still on the phone? We may have lost her in.
No, I'm still here.
You still there? Does that describe the scenes where you were?
No, I mean, there are people like that, but not everybody's like that. And, you know, I told my mom that, you know, I can give up the drugs, but I'm not giving up it's like a family.
Are you committed to, I know you said you're going to go back to the raves. Are you committed to staying clean?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I had this huge problem with drugs. I mean, I've experimented with a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean I go out and do it every time I go to a party.
I know it's hard to get through there. There are pass codes and there are time limits, so we're going to say goodbye and thank you, and I should probably give you a chance to say goodbye to your daughter, too.
Goodbye, Amanda. I love you, sweetheart.
All right, bye.
Where's I love you mom? Thanks to Amanda. Diana, go ahead.
In so much of a family, everyone's saying it's a family thing. If you went up to the drug dealer and he saw you weren't smiling with a big smile, he'd tell you, I'll give you something to make you happy, and I'll do this, and I'll make you feel better, and they'll shove that drug in your face.
I had a girl who was tripping so hard on ecstasy that a drug dealer came up to her and said, well, why don't you take this, and gave her a pill.
They'll do anything
bring you
to make
down
their
off
money.
that acid to give you a pill of ecstasy, say it's going to make you better. Now, that's wrong, okay?
Right.
They'll do anything
They're selling drugs to make money. They're not going to shove it in your
into their
face.
money, you know, if they want you to feel good, and they're going to sell you something to make money in their pocket.
Yeah, but you have the choice to buy it or not. Right. They're not shoving it in your face.
They're telling you that it's going to make you feel better, and you're...
But if it's just a party, then why do you have to keep it on the down low? I mean, why can't everyone else know about these parties?
Yeah, right.
The reason why a lot of these parties are underground and stuff is because there's a lot of people, a lot of gangs and stuff that'll come here and they'll bring a really negative attitude. And so when they come, I have been there, they have started fights, started with people, because a lot of them don't like little ravers and stuff like that. That's why it's underground, because they want you to bring a positive vibe, so you go to these places so you're away from that negativeness.
Well, that sounds as dangerous as the drugs. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what about her she was saying about the drugs. I'm a perfect example. I do not do no kind of drugs at all. You could ask him. I mean, nobody's going to believe me.
Don't you know?
Only I know for myself.
Why wouldn't we believe you?
I mean, because like they say, it's true. There are a lot of kids like her or like other kids that do drugs and do give us a bad name. But there are a lot of people that do not do no kind of drugs at all. They just go for the party, and that's all I do is party, no drugs for me. And I got a good job and everything.
Let me talk to some of the younger ravers here. Is anybody here like 14, 15? Okay. Does your mom know that you go to rave?
No.
Doesn't know.
No, I don't live with my family now.
You don't even live at home. Do you go to school?
Yeah, I go to school. I work. I do everything I need to do.
Do you do drugs?
Sometimes. Sometimes I do drugs.
So somebody talk to me then about. Well, go ahead.
Everybody's focusing on drugs in the rave scene. The rave scenes makes the youth of America happy. Why aren't they focusing on that? Isn't that what people want? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I think everybody's just saying if you get swept up in the drug scene, though, you might not have a chance to get to adulthood.
I did drugs when I was younger. I don't do drugs now. That was then.
Younger?
That was younger.
You're pretty young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I just wanted to make a comment for Donna. I think your problem doesn't lie in your daughter's, wanting to go to raves and things. It lies in the lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? It lacks in the, you trying to control her, you know, you have no communication together. I mean, you complain about letting her go, but she's a little girl. Why are you letting her go? Why, I mean, she doesn't respect you. You obviously have to teach her, you know, somehow.
Regardless.
Excuse me?
I don't let her go. She goes regardless, or she'll go spend the night at a friend's house.
And why, I
His
mean,
mother allows them to go to Rave.
Don't
Don't
you think
you should turn it around?
Yeah, I want to ask you all some of the, and I think this is a good comment saying, well, Mom, you can't really control her, but she needs to have respect and don't let her go. I want to hear suggestions from the audience on what would you do to stop her? What would you do if you were parenting Cassie? All right, we'll be right back.
It's always fun to get to know baby animals.
You never know what they're gonna do.
Callie liked my hair a lot more than the bottle. I think the winner of any baby animal contest would have to be Benny. He was born. I think the winner of any baby contest would have to be me. I think the winner.
That's why your kids, and you too, will love watching Bonkers for Babies, exclusively from Time Life Kids. Jack will introduce your kids to new friends.
You're about to meet North Carolina's first gorilla baby.
Oh, he's kind of shy, but not for long.
One of the greatest pleasures in life is watching a child do what it does best. Frolic around.
And there's plenty of that in Bonkers for Babies, specially priced at only $4.99. It's your first Zoo Life video, and it's not available in stores. Every Zoo Life video is packed with lots of animals and lots of fun.
I'm Jack Hanna. Join me on Zoo Life to learn more about the animals of the world. You ever had a cuss on your head?
And if you order by credit card now, you'll get animal bloopers free.
Trying to do a television show working with animals is tough. On this special edition of Zoo Life, you're going to see some of the funniest, craziest moments of my travels from around the world. Oh, gosh.
But babies are everybody's favorites. So go bonkers for babies. Just call the number on your screen.
There's no doubt in my mind that animals feel love.
Call now.
To order your Bonkers for Babies video, call 1-800-513-6622. That's 1-800-513-6622. Use your credit card and receive your animal bloopers video free. Or send $4.99 plus $3.49 shipping and handling to Zoo Life, Department 4, Richmond, Virginia 23280.
When the crying won't stop, it could be gas. Get Phazyme Infant Drops. Just a few drops and the gas is gone. With no alcohol, artificial colors, or flavors. Phazyme Infant Drops. Your baby's gas is gone.
.409 Blue Glass and Surface Cleaner. Streak-free cleaning that doesn't stop at glass.
Daybreak, daybreak, sleep all night, need news for my day. Morning's busy, I'm on my way. Come, Mr. Weatherman, telling me the weather. Bay, for the bay, for the bay, for the bay, oh.
The Bay Area's favorite morning news. Daybreak from News Center 4, 24-hour news.
I'd love to have you join us in the studio. If you're in the Los Angeles area, please call us at 213-520-2708 for free tickets. We talked about Donna and Cassie and the power struggle going on, and Cassie wanted to go to the raves, and Donna thinks it's dangerous. What would you do?
Right, well, what I would do for Donna at home, see, Cassie should not have an option. It's a dictatorship at home. She should have the final say. She should have no option.
Well, she's climbing out of her window, though. What's her mom supposed to do then?
Well, her mom's controlling her money flow, her clothes. She buys everything for her. I'm sure she doesn't work at 16. So she can stop all that and shut all that off.
I did.
She's in control.
You did that?
I did, and her friends are paying her way into the raves now. And
what does it cost to get into a rave?
$25.
How much?
$25.
$25?
Anywhere between
Some are saying
5 and $25.
10, 15, okay. Whatever. Yes.
I had 2 points. One is that if her mom has to screw the doors shut for her not to leave and stuff, then she should give her the boot. I'm sure she's on the streets for a while. She'll learn how to pay attention.
In some instances, I think tough love is the best way you can handle something like that.
It's almost a badge of honor to be kicked out. It puts the,
They want us to kick
they
them out.
want
They
that.
can go to another rave.
I'm not saying I'm for or against raves, but I know if I have a daughter, and when she's 13, and if I tell her she cannot go, I will go to jail for her. I will hold her down in that bed and strap her up. She's not going to go without my consent at all. At all. I do not care. And if she gets to the point to where she does want to go, she better have a lot of fun, because when she gets back, she's going to be in a lot of trouble. She will not go.
That.
If she goes, come back, and when you come back, you're in trouble. That's all there is to it.
You only think that's what you're going to do. You think it until it happens to you.
Because you know what? If she's having a lot of fun out there, let her go.
Your child's obviously really young, right?
Yeah, she is, but I know that when my daughter's 13, she is not to be going to clubs. I don't care if it's clubs, raves, or anything.
Well, come back to us when she's 13, because I know that that's...
No, but that's what I will do. I don't care if she's now that she's only 15 months. When she is 13, that's what I will do.
What if she goes to spend the night at a girlfriend's house, and you don't know that the other girlfriend's mother will lie to you?
Well, when
and
she, that's what I'm
those
saying.
kids
That's what I'm saying. Whenever she better have all the fun she can have, because when she gets back, the little girl is in trouble.
If they get caught.
You only think that.
What if your mom said you can go to a rave, but you have to be back by midnight, and you can only go twice a month?
Well,
They don't
being
start
back
till
by
midnight.
you know.
Sorry?
There's no going. If he has to be back by midnight.
But but I know you guys are saying, okay, they don't start till then, but why can't they start at 8 o'clock and be over by midnight? What do you have to be doing out in the middle of the night?
I don't know. There's some magic thing that happens at 3 o'clock in the morning that people become afraid that their children are out. Their children are safer at a party.
You don't know where they are.
At 3 in the morning. Well, but you knowing where they are is your problem. It has nothing to do with the problem.
I want to come back and check in with Pat, this mom who came here a little bit naive about raves. Her son's been going to them. Now you got a picture. You see who's there. You've seen the problems. We'll talk to Pat after this.
A classic never goes out of style. But that doesn't mean you can't add more style to a classic. Introducing Hunt Club's new fall line for men and women. Casual classics with contemporary style, like our crisp cotton pants in rich autumn hues, our twill riding jacket with a more refined silhouette, and our heathered plaid vest with new soft velvet trim. Hunt Club for fall exclusively at JCPenney, where the classics have never had more style. Right now, save on all Hunt Club outerwear.
AT&T announces the simplest calling plan ever. No time limits, no guesswork, no funny business. Just 15 cents per minute. Anytime, to anybody, anywhere in the U.S. Introducing the AT&T One Rate Plan. It's the simplest calling plan since tin cans and a string. 15 cents, no games. The AT&T One Rate Plan.
It's what you won't see with Lubriderm gel cream that makes it different. No greasy smudges, no messy fingerprints. Because this cream helps protect from dryness without leaving behind a greasy feeling. Later, Gator.
Head lice. It threatens as many children each year as chickenpox. But unlike chickenpox, head lice can come back. Stop it with Nix. Only Nix kills lice and keeps them from coming back. Nix it.
Ooh, garlic. Healthy Choice introduces new Garlic Lovers pasta sauces, brimming with irresistible aroma, incredible flavor. Garlic Lovers pasta sauces, new from Healthy Choice. They're everything a garlic lover loves.
And they're off. Lance Clark sprints ahead with Formula 409 running hard in second. Down the stretch, neck and neck at the wire, and the winner is New Windex Snowdrift. We've got the competition on the run.
I've discovered a cure for about 90% of all family problems. You ready? Ta-da! What'd you think I was going to say? Watch less television? No, this is great. Take an ordinary kitchen table and get your family around it at least once a week for a meal. I know you're busy. I know your kids are busy. Maybe it's time you found out what they're so busy doing. We want better kids. We got to be better parents. And sometimes that starts with something as simple as dinner.
While in Los Angeles, guests of the Leeza show stay at the trendy, full-service Beverly Plaza, a boutique-style hotel bordering Beverly Hills and West Hollywood. 1-800-US-SEARCH. Find anyone right now. Call Nick and Rob. 1-800-US-SEARCH.
Somebody back here wanted me to ask if you, Leslie, were a promoter of raves, and are you making money off the raves?
No, I don't put on parties. That's a lot of work.
So you don't need the rave?
No, not at all. I mean, they say that this is their only source of fun, but there's so many underage clubs, so many concerts, so many things that are legal out there. Why do you have to do this? There's so many.
Well, you know, you all probably saw recently there was a study out that showed that most parents expected their kids to experiment with drugs and knew that this is an issue that's going to come up. I mean, if there's a message we can leave with today, I have to come back to that point of communication, which is respect your kids. They've got more going on than the parents sometimes give them credit for. And kids, respect the parents. They have been through a lot. They're prepared in most cases to talk with you about it and open to talk with you about it, which brings me back to Pat.
Well, I think that all you ravers are great. I think that you're all individuals. You all have your own thing to do. And trust yourselves. You know, if you don't want to do the drugs, then don't do the drugs. I respect them all, you know, and I think that, you know, you all deserve a round of applause.
Well, I tell you what you all deserve, and that is to have environments where you feel mutual love and respect between the parents and the kids, and where the parents know that their kids are safe and that they're doing their job of protecting them. We are out of time. I want to thank everybody here, and especially everybody up on our panel. We wish you all the best, and especially with Amanda, too. Gotta go. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Okay.
I wanted to make a comment on what everybody was saying, that at the rave party they feel all love. Why can't they just get love at home with their parents?
Well, that would be the perfect world, and that's what we hope for. Tragically, a lot of kids really don't have it.
I just wanted to say, my daughter, she's now 15. She used to go to raves. She's not going to raves now.
There are over 40 wineries in the valley. The modern winery is an up-to-date